Not a lot of people might realize that there are 6 school districts that serve Aurora. We have Oswego, Caneland, Batavia, Indian Prairie, and as a proud West Aurora graduate, I know the saying, East is East and West is West, Hold on.
Hold on. I know where you're going with that, Black Hawk. And I'm a proud Tomcat from East Aurora District 131. But in Aurora, all school districts are best.
Welcome to This Is Aurora. My name is Danielle Tufano. I am joined by the Mayor's Office of Economic Development, our Director and Assistant Director, David Debo and Trevor Dick. Every month, we like to focus on a different entity that makes the city of Aurora great. We've done entertainment, we've done outdoor dining, and this month I'm really excited because we get to focus on education in Aurora. And a lot of people don't realize that there are 6 school districts that students in Aurora feed into. I'm a proud West Aurora School District graduate. We also have East Aurora. There's Oswego, Batavia, Caneland, Indian Prairie, District 204. All these different school districts, there has to be a lot of coordination and the city's involvement. And I know it was just not too long ago that Mayor Irvin established what is called the Education Commission. Can we talk a little bit about that and maybe the thought behind the purpose of that?
Well, maybe I'll just talk about the main goal of that commission, which is so exciting and so important to our community. The mayor, one of his first things that he did was create that commission, and the goal was to make sure that all of the educational level is the same throughout all 6 school districts, and they do that by sharing resources and communications.
So kind of leveling the playing field, right?
No question, and there's just a lot of benefit to understand. I mean, to have 6 school districts and to understand what one school district is doing in the other and what's working well there, unless it's very important. And also, there's many things that the city is doing that affects the schools and vice versa. And before it was kind of an ad hoc thing. Now there's a formal process where it's all discussed and so on, and that was all under the auspices of the Education Commission.
I was told back in 2018 when this was kind of all coming to fruition that the questions that the mayor asked was, how can we work together, learn together, and grow together? So that kind of seems like what is pushing forward with this Education Commission. We had the opportunity actually with a lot of our school districts in Aurora to head out and see what some of the school districts are up to. And I can't wait for you guys to see what some of them are up to with this video.
At East Aurora School District 131, their mission is clear: to educate and empower every student from pre-K to 12th grade to reach their full potential. In 2024, they celebrated a record number of graduates and Seal of Biliteracy recipients, a testament to the hard work of their students and staff. District 131 is proud to be the only district in the state of Illinois to offer a district-wide dual language program in English and Spanish, starting from kindergarten through 4th grade and growing. This program equips their students with the skills to thrive in a bilingual world. Many of the schools have been recognized with exemplary and commendable designations by the Illinois State Board of Education, reflecting their commitment to excellence in education. To ensure students and families have the resources they need to succeed, District 131 recently opened the Resilience Education Center, a state-of-the-art learning facility dedicated to promoting well-being through mental health services, social wellness, and college and career readiness. High school students can explore advanced industry-level electives in art, music production, broadcast journalism, dance, yoga, gaming, coding, and culinary arts, all available daily at the Resilience Education Center. After school, 7th through 10th graders are invited to the center for activities hosted by district staff and community partners. These programs were designed based on feedback from students, ensuring they offer exactly what they need and want, engaging alternatives that make them excited to put down their cell phones and connect. The Resilience Education Center also provides a safe space for students to nurture their social and emotional development. Private and group counseling services are available for those who need them, creating a supportive environment for all. The district is also excited to introduce EA Pause, their newest program available in every pre-K to 5th grade school. Each school now has a professionally trained comfort dog and handler, working with students weekly. These furry friends help create a safe and comforting environment, giving students yet another resource to reach their full potential. At East Aurora School District 131, they are dedicated to fostering an environment where every student can thrive. From innovative programs to compassionate support, they are building a brighter future for our community, one student at a time. On the other side of town is West Aurora School District 129. They're committed to providing students with the skills and opportunities they need to succeed in their future careers. Their state-of-the-art facilities and hands-on programs are designed to prepare students for the workforce, higher education, and beyond. Let's take a closer look at 3 of their standout programs. First, we have the Wisner Family Center for Career Development, which opened in fall 2019. This center is a hub of innovation, offering specialized programs that equip students with industry-relevant skills. District 129's welding program offers a 2-year sequence, providing students with the opportunity to earn dual credits with Waubonsee Community College and obtain OSHA 10 industry certification. With 114 students enrolled for 2024 through 2025, this program is a gateway to internships with local employers, setting the foundation for a successful career in the trades. In precision machining and manufacturing, another 2-year program, students dive deep into the world of high-precision production. With just 20 students enrolled, this program offers personalized training, dual credits, and internships, ensuring that each student is fully prepared to enter the workforce. Lastly, West Aurora's Building Trades program teaches students the fundamentals of construction with a focus on real-world experience and safety. With 30 students enrolled, this 2-year sequence also includes OSHA 10 certification and local internships. Next, we move to the district's brand new Automotive and Technical Center, which opened in fall 2023. This cutting-edge facility is home to their Automotive Technology program. With 95 students enrolled, the Automotive Technology program offers a comprehensive 2-year sequence that includes dual credits with Waubonsee Community College and valuable internships with local employers. As West Aurora continues to program the rest of the facility, they're excited to expand the opportunities available to students. Finally, District 129's Foods, Fashion, and Interior Design labs at West Aurora High School have just undergone a major renovation in summer of 2024. In the Foods lab, 396 students are mastering culinary skills through their Foods and Advanced Foods course. These students also have the opportunity to progress to the Black Hawk Cafe, a student-run restaurant where they prepare and serve meals to teachers. The Fashion Design program, with 77 students enrolled, offers a 3-year sequence that includes hands-on training and internships with local employers, preparing students for careers in the fashion industry. In the Interior Design Lab, 39 students are learning the art of creating functional and beautiful spaces that offers a pathway to real-world experience. West Aurora School District 129 is dedicated to fostering the next generation of skilled professionals. Through their innovative programs and exceptional facilities, they're helping students turn their passions into lifelong careers. Some students living in Aurora also feed into Batavia School District 101, where they're committed to providing students with unique opportunities that prepare them for the future. Today, we're excited to highlight 2 innovative programs that are making a difference in their students' lives. First, let's take a look at their Batavia Education Pathways program, launched in fall 2022. This program offers a 2-course sequence where students gain 60 hours of in-classroom work experience. It's hands-on learning at its best, providing invaluable experience with both students and teachers. With dual credit opportunities through Waubonsee Community College, the program is a perfect blend of academic and real-world experience. For the 2024-25 school year, District 101 is proud to have 45 students enrolled, all on the path to making a difference in education. Next, we focus on the elementary STEM pilot program, which began in the fall of 2022. The goal of this program is to integrate science and engineering practices into the elementary curriculum, allowing students to explore STEM in an engaging and hands-on way. The district is working to increase the number of students involved and expand the program to additional grade levels. By infusing STEM into everyday learning, they're building interdisciplinary connections that inspire curiosity and innovation. Not only is District 101 expanding their students' horizons, but they're also equipping their teachers with the practices and strategies needed to make STEM education a core part of the curriculum. Batavia School District 101 is dedicated to fostering a learning environment where every student can thrive. Through programs like Batavia Education Pathways and the Elementary STEM Pilot, they're preparing students to succeed today and lead tomorrow.
It was actually really interesting to see the different types of technology. Since I graduated from West Aurora High School quite some time ago, I won't say how long ago, the technology that is developed, not just at West Aurora, but in general. We're joined in the studio right now by Dr. Adrienne Talley from District 204, Indian Prairie District 204. Not only are you the superintendent, but you're the board chair for the Education Commission. What has that kind of been like as an experience as the superintendent representing a school district, but also kind of being the chair for that bridge that brings all these school districts together?
So I really like the charge of the commission itself. As mentioned earlier, this whole thing about having six different school districts. But then you also have to remember there are also some parochial schools as well that are part of the membership. And then we don't want to forget about the colleges and universities that are on the commission. And so the great thing, especially for me, having been from the East Coast, is I'm able to meet and work with all these education professionals, and it's the sharing of information, the being able to talk about what's happening in our school districts or the colleges and universities, and then taking that information and grow and build our programs in our districts. So I really think it's a very powerful way of doing this, and I'm glad that I'm part of it.
You know, we talk a lot about opportunities that are there and positives within the school district, but I'm sure as a commission that you guys also talk about the challenges that arise too. And I know that one of the things that you focus on as a commission is a shortage of teachers. And that's maybe not specific just to Aurora. That's probably across the country.
It is. It's a nationwide issue that the number of people going into the world of education gets smaller and smaller every year. And I think what we have to remember is, and have to think about, we have to have parents say to their children, why don't you become a teacher? Mm-hmm. Then we also have to think about how as a community we support those people who go into the profession. Unfortunately, and it happens across the country, we see people are attacking educators. These people who become educators, they really are doing this to support children and enhancing their ability to become the best that they can become. And so it is an issue as we look at people who want to become special educators or general ed teachers. The number of people are dropping.
And when we talk about being appealing to teachers and getting them to want to come to Aurora specifically, how does affordable housing, David and Trevor, how does that kind of play into that?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's interesting. It's like the confluence of two big issues, you know, the shortage of teachers and the very, very high cost of housing, just unprecedented. So we've just completed an affordable housing study where there's a real effort to reach out and to find ways to support working people and making sure that it's affordable. You know, some of the rates that sound like affordable now, you know, 5 years ago would have said that it was luxury, but just the way things have moved. But I will say that it's a great opportunity for a city, because if you just rely on these federal programs or these other programs that are well-intentioned, but a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of expense. And it turns out it takes a lot of time to do it. So we're really focusing on other means to deliver housing so that teachers could live here and thrive.
Yeah, I was just going to say one of the most recent examples of workforce housing that we've done in the city is, ironically, the former Todd and Lincoln schools. Mm-hmm. And so that's just an opportunity for the city to try to continue to add more affordable housing options in the city.
Yeah. Dr. Talley, I know one of the other challenges that your commission specifically has been focusing on is how do we make sure that these kindergartners are ready for school and literacy. And I don't know, I feel like there's so many things lately that are blamed on the pandemic. Is that a pandemic thing, or is that just a general thing that we're making sure that these students are prepared as they enter into the school district?
It's a general thing
Yeah.
when you think about it. Birth to age 5 is probably some of the most important years for a child's development. And when we think about all the things that they should know and be able to do when they come to school, ready to learn, the vocabulary that the children should have. And we want all of our children, regardless of who they are, we want all of them to come ready to learn. And so having vocabulary, knowing numbers, having some sense of colors, all of that happens from birth to age 5. And so as a parent, we have to think about how we build that in our child as we're talking to them, as we explain things to them. And we want to help. And we know that no one is, when they have children, really, they're not given a book about how to become a parent. You just become one. And so we want to help parents, we want to help our children so that they are all starting ready to learn in kindergarten.
And your commission has a task force, so to speak, that kind of focuses on these challenges, right? The helping to attract teachers and helping to make sure that our kindergartners are prepared when they enter the.
Yes, so we are very much focused on this going forward over the next several years. And we will start inundating our community of Aurora about birth to age 5, kindergarten readiness. We look forward to having that and working in partnerships with businesses and families to support all of our children.
And can we talk a little bit about when you meet as a commission, what do those conversations look like? How do your meetings start, and how do the different board members participate? What does that look like?
So we follow the Open Meeting Act, which is a requirement, and so our meetings are held normally once a month throughout the school year. We don't have them in the summer. And then we have opportunities for public comment. So anyone can come and speak to the meetings, which is very helpful when we have other organizations come in and share some of the things that they're doing. We had Waubonsie College come one time and talk about programs that they're doing to help students with becoming pilots. And then we, as commission members, we help formulate our agenda, and we talk about what's happening and sharing of information. And the meetings tend to last about an hour. And people can find out information about the meetings on the city's website.
I want to circle back a little bit to talk about when we think about preparing students for their future, whatever that future might be, because some futures may involve going to college, some futures may involve going to community college or a trade school. Can you give me some examples of what some of our school districts are doing to prepare students? Like we saw in the video, the Resilience Center from District 131, and I'm sure 204 has some of these programs that are preparing students. What are some of the things that some examples that you can give?
So I want to say that the most important thing is that children have critical thinking skills, that they're taught how to be flexible, they're taught how to communicate, because to your point, we don't know what's going to be out there for them in their careers. Whatever it may be, whether they're going to be an auto mechanic or if they plan to be a nurse, it doesn't matter. So what we try to have are a variety of opportunities for students to explore what might be helpful for them. And so through either internships, through our World of Work in Indian Prairie, we help students understand what's available for them. Through our Career and Technology Education, CTE programs, through our advanced placement classes for students who are going on to college. All of those are opportunities for students to see what's available so that when they graduate, and I always say this, I want students to have opportunities waiting for them. They get to decide, meaning the student, what opportunity they're going to take, as opposed to that opportunity saying, I'm all you have. We want students to have opportunities.
Yeah. And David and Trevor, I would imagine in the work that you guys do, whether it's people moving to Aurora or businesses considering moving to Aurora, probably one of the top 3 questions that you get is, tell me about the school districts. What are some of those conversations that you guys have?
It's, I think it's universal. It was always that way in terms of being in a neighborhood. How's the school? We hear it all the time. We're in the process of this major development going around all through the city, and people are always asking. And it's just so exciting that all the energy that's going on in Aurora, in areas around Aurora, is being funneled to the schools as well. So there's a synergy, that word, but it really matters here in terms of what's going on there. I was just proud to be a municipal employee watching what's going on in the schools, because to me, we're trying to do our part. They're certainly doing their part. So it's very important. I think one thing to think about, and I'm sure the commission is dealing with this, is getting that word out, because we're looking at these videos saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Imagine the general public, they really need to know.
And Trevor, having a strong school system is important for your job.
Well, for economic development, of course, not just in terms of people choosing where they live, people moving to the school that their children will go to give them a high or great education, but also businesses. In terms of businesses, that's one of, as you mentioned, one of the top 3 questions we get asked is, what's the skill force like? We do a lot of reports where we provide them with the types of skilled workforce that we have in the community, and that actually puts Aurora up at the top of a lot of lists. We have a lot of skilled workforce, but that's what those businesses are looking for. They want to move here. They're going to be doing a big investment many times, and if they don't have a skilled workforce, they're not going to locate here.
And I want to talk about, I know that your team hosts these quarterly meetings with our school districts. What happens in those quarterly meetings?
Well, I'm glad you're asking to talk about that. I've worked in a lot of municipalities, and I'm curious to see what Dr. Talley thinks about this too, but I've never seen a city so proactive in working with the school districts. And what we've come up with, this is way before the pandemic, was a quarterly school district meeting where the city presents the developments that are happening all over the 46 square miles in all 6 school districts. And then it's also an opportunity for the school district representatives to ask us questions or tell us what's on their agenda. And it's just a great way to collaborate with those school districts. Oftentimes, if they know of a development that's coming up in the future, as we all know, it takes a couple of years potentially for residential development to actually have kids living in it. But that way the school districts can plan in advance. They even talk to their transportation people. They talk about new bus routes. It just goes on and on about how important that collaboration is.
What is that like from your end, Dr. Talley, to have meetings like that?
It is wonderful. So my chief school business officer and I tend to be on those meetings together. And it's good for us to hear what's coming around in the city, but then also for us to sometimes say, I don't know if that's what we want in our area, and for us to explain the reason behind it. I want to go back to something Trevor said. Having great businesses in the area, it's great for our school system because it brings new employees as well. And we know that by having great school systems, we're supporting the city, and we want to be able to do that.
Yeah, and these internships that were mentioned, we're just talk about something coming full circle. We talked, I think, in one of the last discussions about Craft Urban, and the city was very instrumental in working with Craft Urban to make that happen, and now they are employing these interns, and that's coming out of the schools. So it's really the kind of circle that we're talking about.
Well, David, you and I have talked about this multiple times, that there's something very unique about Aurora, that people like to stay here. People go to school here, and they're so proud of their Aurora roots that they like to stay here. So having that strong educational background, and then keeping their education and their knowledge in Aurora only makes this community stronger.
No question. Again, we talked Craft Urban. The gentleman lives here, and he's part of the community. And we worked with the Illinois Restaurant Association, and everybody is working together. And with these we've been to these culinary programs. It's incredible to see. I want to go back to school.
Well, especially, after watching
back to
those
college,
videos, we had an opportunity to go into some of the school districts and seeing some of the amazing technology that they have. I think about back when I was in school, and when I took home ec and I learned how to microwave an egg, or like I took wood shop and we made we had to call it a juice bar. It was a 6-foot-long juice bar. But in just the technology that has advanced in the last 20-some years since then, it's just amazing the opportunities that are available for students all across Aurora. It's unbelievable. Any final words before we wrap up?
I just want to say one thing about people coming back to the area. We hired about 120 new staff members. About 20 to 25% of them are graduates of ours. So they do want to come back in and be here. And Aurora offers things for people to stay.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know that Mayor Irvin is very proud of the Aurora school districts and the students that stay here. And so proud that he is dedicating one of his State of the Cities to touch on, really to focus on education in Aurora, and that's happening on September 18th. And you can watch it live on Aurora Community Television, or you can join us at Aurora University. We'll be broadcasting live from there to learn all about the strong school districts in Aurora in the school system. So Dr. Adrienne Talley, thank you so much for joining us for This is Aurora. David Debo and Trevor Dick.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.